There's going to be some big changes coming in May 2021 with the Core Web Vitals update on Google.
Before we dive too deep into today's topic, I think it's super important to first define what Google Core Web Vitals are and mean. So they measure how users perceive the experience of interacting with a web page and are in place to ensure people get the most useful and enjoyable experience from the web. Said a different way, they are designed to measure how users experience three things on your website: page speed, responsiveness, and visual stability. I want to sub in Todd and first ask, did my definition do justice to what the Core Web Vitals are and what they're measuring?
Yeah, I think it's all the general practice you should be doing even before this update. But yeah, it's the security of the website, the mobile friendliness, not having stuff like pop-ups, and obviously the page speed, which affects user experience.
From my understanding, these updates change from year to year. Is that correct, Todd?
Yeah, so these updates change from quarter to quarter most of the times. Like we normally see 3 to 4 updates a year. Obviously, It's not just for Web Vitals. It could be for content. It could be for there was an update in December, which was targeting affiliate sites using too much buyer content. So that was a big update in the affiliate world, and a lot of people had to change into giving more value on their website.
For a lot of our users out there that might not understand exactly what you just said, can you speak to them like they're three?
Sure. So affiliate marketing is where you get a percentage of revenue for articles you make. And Google was targeting content that was just forcing the user to go and buy products rather than giving the user value in terms of that content and good experience from an expert.
So how does that change the way an affiliate marketer would now, create their website or market those products?
So I feel like it changes a lot in terms of, so we had 2 test sites. We've got, Jay, the Canadian Real Estate Magazine, and, we've got a site called Gun Forest, which is a guns affiliate website, gun safes and stuff. The gun site was targeting a lot of commercial buyer intent keywords, and a Canadian Real Estate Magazine gives a lot of value in terms of informational articles that helps the user understand that industry. That the Canadian Real Estate site did really well. The Gun Forest site did really bad. So you can see a clear difference in you need to offer the user more value in terms of your content rather than just trying to get them to buy a product.
I mentioned earlier that these updates happen from year to year, and you said quarter to quarter even sometimes. Yeah. So are some of them so small that really nothing needs to be done, and then there's others that are so big, like it sounds like this one is, that you need to do a lot of work on your end to ensure that your sites and our client sites aren't negatively impacted?
Yeah, definitely. So for example, this one that's coming in May, I don't feel like it's going to be an update where it's going to be released and you're just going to drop off the face of the earth if you haven't done these methods. What's going to happen is the people that have done really well are slowly going to improve and do better. And the people that are not bothering with this update are just going to slowly go down. It's kind of like with anything. If you're not staying proactive with this stuff, you're always going to be at the bottom of the pile, because the people that are being proactive are going to be at the top of the pile.
For sure. And I actually read something that said that Google is currently working on some sort of like visual indicator to identify pages that have met the page experience criteria. Do you have any insight into like what this will look like on a web page?
Yeah, definitely. So it more like Google Webmaster Tools. You can even go in the back end of Google Webmaster Tools right now, and there's a tab called Core Web Vitals. And you can actually go to that tab and it will give you different metrics like the CLS, largest contentful paint and stuff like that. And, you can go through these and see which pages are not performing. And also using Lighthouse on Chrome also gives you a lot of that information. But you most likely are going to need a developer or someone with some experience on the back end to make a
Right.
lot of these changes.
Yeah, and you know, it's interesting just for the listeners that are listening today. You know, most websites are not going to currently qualify for this indicator, whatever this indicator is that Google is going to release. You know, like this, some stat I read in a study says that 15%, less than 15% of all websites are optimized well enough to pass a core Web Vitals assessment, which is just crazy when you think about how many websites are live on the internet right now.
Yeah, it's insane.
So, and can we talk for a second, Todd? What if somebody or a business does not, take this core Web Vital update seriously, or if they decide that, they just ignore it? What's going to happen to their website?
I feel like it's like most updates Google do. Like, obviously, some of them you'll see an immediate crazy impact from an update. But I feel like this is the type of update where if you just ignore it, you're slowly going to, if you are top 10 right now, by chance without doing this stuff, you're slowly just going to fall in the rankings. I don't think on the day of releasing, you're just going to suddenly drop to like 100th. It's going to be a slow decrease in results as everyone else is thinking, oh, I've got to bring my game to the table and you're not doing it. So it's going to be a slow decrease in my opinion.
A slow death to their website.
Exactly.
To their traffic. So we got to remember at the end of the day, it's going to make more work for SEOs, for business owners to update their website, but this is an overall great experience for browsers entirely as a whole, right? Like websites are going to be, better ranked if they're mobile friendly, avoiding any of those intrusive interstitials and pop-ups and things like that, and creating safe browsing, right? So in the long run, this is going to be better for users. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Jay, we were messing around with a couple of sites I've done this week, and you can really experience the difference of a site that's loading lightning fast to a site that hasn't been optimized. And even you were shocked browsing through one of our websites being like, wow, the pages are loading like literally instantly.
It's crazy. Like literally it feels like it's loading before I even click my mouse. Like that's how quickly it loads. Like it's almost like it's almost like it's just sitting there on your computer, much like a file, and you just click it and you open it. It's so crazy how quick it can potentially be. At least the sites that we're working with, like they're super crazy fast now, thanks to this update. So it's great for us, not so great for those people out there that are not taking their website seriously or have an outdated website.
Yeah, and I also think it's great because the faster your website loads, the more leads you're going to get. So it's not like you're just trying to make the Google algorithm happy. What you're doing is also making your website more opportunities of converting more of that traffic that's coming to the website, because everyone knows that the user, people don't have a good, what's the word? Time for someone to stay on a website. They need it to load fast. Patience. People don't have patience online. They want it now. Do you know what I mean? So when you're browsing something, if it's going to take 3 seconds to load, they're probably going to go back and then go to the next site.
100%. And something I just thought about, Todd, I don't know if you have any insight onto how this is going to affect things, but 5G, how is that going to affect websites and how we build websites and how you do SEO, if at all? Just curious.
I don't think it's going to really affect too much. Obviously, it's just a faster experience in terms of mobile speed. The one thing you've got to do is optimize your website to make sure on 3G that you're loading the fastest. I mean, it's great that you're getting 5G. It just means you're going to get a faster internet. But you want to make sure the people that are on 3G are also getting that fast experience, which is why we're doing these core Web Vital updates, is because Google is looking at that. You want it to be as fast as possible. If you're in like the sticks and you have terrible internet, you still want that site to load super fast.
For sure. Awesome. Cool. Well, Jay, do you have anything else for us today?
No, I guess that would be it on this topic today. I mean, Todd, is there anything else we didn't cover that you think our audience should know?
Yeah, I mean, you could go into the crazy technical details of this update, but I'm sure no one wants me to do that.
Yeah. And if you do want Todd to do that, you can reach out to us, Todd@merged.ca, Jason@merged.ca, or David@merged.ca. If you guys have any questions about your core vitals, if you'd like us to do an audit for you, we'd be more than happy to do that. Just reach out. And if there's anything else, if there's not anything else, I guess that would be it for today. Thank you for tuning in wherever you are. Don't forget to check out the Merged Marketing Podcast, merged.ca/podcast. Thanks again, and don't be good.
Be great. See you, everybody.
See ya.